Hello everyone, in this short video I'm going to introduce you all to Unit 4. Here's our Blackboard shell for the week. In Unit 4 we have a discussion post where we're going to talk about data hiding. We also have a paper due, 3 to 4 page paper on Type 2 hypervisors. And then lastly we have our hands-on lab, which is also about data hiding. More specifically it's about steganography. In the discussion post I provided a couple starter posts. I provided a link to white paper provided by the SANS Institute. It talks about steganography. It goes over the history, the tool, the techniques. It gives a good overview. So feel free to write your post specifically about steganography if you want. It should kind of help make the week go a little bit easier. I also reposted the lab help for Mac users, but I also suggest the Windows users. I suggest that everyone watches it. The video gives a good overview of what we're trying to do, which is download a steganography tool, hide a text file inside of an image, conduct an analysis of an image with a hidden payload, see if you can detect that steganography technique. So again, this video is good for everyone, but more specifically it is for the Mac users. Alright, in our paper we have 4 objectives. So it says be sure to address the following when you talk about Type 2 hypervisors. So everyone could create the section headers based on these 4 objectives. You're going to explain what Type 2 hypervisors are. You're going to have a section that talks about different types of Type 2 hypervisors that are available out there right now. And then you're going to talk about what specifically you would have to do or consider to investigate a virtual machine. And then you're going to talk about how a virtual machine can be used to assist you as well as a digital forensics investigator. So just to shed a little bit more light on how we can use virtual machines. We all know that once we have a machine, say you come up to a Linux laptop, one of the things we have to do is use a write blocker and create an image. Well, those images can actually be virtual machines. So we can create a virtual machine and then we could boot it up, and now we're free to manipulate, investigate, and do different things. But when you present your data, present your evidence, you can prove you didn't do this on the live machine. You used a write blocker, you never modified the original machine, you created a virtual image, you booted that image up, then you used your tools, you conducted your analysis, and all of these things can be reproduced, right? So if another forensics investigator wants to come in, you still have the original machine, they can create their own images, conduct their analysis, and that should be good for any type of court or to provide any type of evidence. So another use for a virtual machine is you can create your own virtual machines with different operating systems. So as an investigator, you could in advance create a Windows machine with all the tools you want on it, and then you can create another image of a Linux machine with all the different tools you want it, and then you're actually using your virtual machine as your forensics analysis workstation. So you would boot up the appropriate virtual machine with the appropriate level tools. You're ready for the operating system, for the different file systems, for all those different things we've been learning about. You can actually use virtual machines to prepare for that. And as we've discussed, the hands-on project is about steganography. So I'll just advise, please pay attention to the instructions, read them very closely inside a Blackboard and inside your Chapter 8. So inside Chapter 8, there's very specific steps that you have to follow, and if you misinterpret or skip one step, it's going to throw off the whole lab. So please pay attention to detail this week with the labs. Alright, so I consider this week pretty fun with the hands-on lab. I think it's some pretty interesting topics we're covering. Like always, I'm available. Reach out early and often. Do not wait till the weekend before you touch the lab. I've been giving you guys heads up to start prepping and download the files, run the executable, make sure you're prepared. So hopefully you all did that. So if you need specific help with the lab, reach out during the week. And hope everyone has some fun. And thank you for your time. Goodbye.